Good evening. You're here with Lena and John in the dark. Not really in the dark, but we're by the window tonight, and we're gonna get a nice shot of the neighbor's porch there too, because it kind of just looks homey and nice and kind of countryish. I could pretend I'm out in the country tonight. Have the window wide open. We just had a thunderstorm. Feels beautiful, John. It's astounding how you can. Yes, absolutely. Cheers and all good things. We have a rune reading. We have the bag of runes here with us tonight. I just said to Lena, it's astounding. It's astounding how, we were turning the camera on and we're getting everything ready for tonight's reading. And someone, dropped a line on Twitter, friendly line, very short, sweet, supportive. People are like that now with Lena and me, but wasn't always the case. But then we looked at it quickly and, oh, that's nice. And we got caught up in looking at all kinds of other crap. And I said, what are you doing? Let's turn this camera on and get this reading going. Right. Yeah, we've been again discussing, how your mind just goes viral once you're attached to that screen. And before you know it, 5 minutes have passed, 10 minutes have passed, and like the day is gone, and you did not do half of the things you really had in mind to do because you've been looking at all kinds of stupid crap. We didn't do that just now, but it came close. Yeah, not close, but Yeah, well, Lena hears me a lot better, so I was yelling, come on, chop, let's go, yeah. So, but you just do get in a fucking rut with that shit. So we have our bag of runes tonight, and we're just gonna read them one by one as we pick them out. How many did you want to do? Well, I was saying let's shoot for 6, the life path number. Today is September 11th, 2023, and it marks the 12-year anniversary of the Twin Towers falling down to the ground. So we just, we always observe that day. And that day is always a powerful wallop for us, energy-wise, because so many souls crossed over in this particular area of the world. The Twin Towers being about 20 minutes away with no traffic, about between 20 minutes and a half an hour away from my home in Queens. So, yes, John, our home in Queens. And so that energy, when you pay tribute to spirits, they tend to gravitate to the earthly realm and observe everyone who has them in their thoughts and prayers. And so there is a vortex of energy that permeates and can really, if you're an empath, like it happened to me today, I passed out for a good 3 hours and I thought I was wide awake, but the energy took me down. And John said, just go with it. Don't worry about anything we have to do today. Let's just do this. Let's get some rest and then we'll get up. And sure enough, we got up and there was a thunderstorm and it was really cool. So very cleansing, felt good. John's trying to put the glasses here so it looks kind of jazzy. Can we get a lighter view of that? No, it's very dark. I like it, though. It's fun to use this lantern again. Yes, John, I love you. You're the greatest. Okay. The first rune stands for going with the flow and just honoring your body and knowing what is best for you and getting enough rest. So everybody be aware of that. Unless it's something really an emergency that needs to be done, or else, like, to me, an emergency that really needs to be done is like cleaning the cat litter. Really, stuff like that, where you're improving the quality of life for another creature, then that should be done. But, I don't know. Well, you're talking to the girl who cut school constantly and found every reason on earth not to go to my day job. So, well, you knew that that's what you needed. So, right. You and me always knew what we needed. Yeah, you played a lot of hooky. Are you kidding me? The next one, ruin, stands for movement and knowing when to move, right? Knowing when to be a mover and a shaker. So the message I'm getting from those two first ruins are, what do we got? You're pushing me. He's pushing my wheelchair toward the piano. So it's looking like we're going to be doing a song right now. So I hope they can hear it. They'll hear it. You can leave the camera right where it is. Okay, here we go. Hey, that looks neat. That camera over there. Yeah. And I, of course, by the piano, I have a bell also. For whom the bell tolls. So tonight, I guess we are doing a live rendition. Oh, of course, it's going to be a live rendition. I guess of several songs, right? Yeah. Could be a medley too. All right. Trying to get comfortable here. Doomsday supplies. Why you cracking so wise? Better take my advice. We gotta run for our life. Oh, it's not going to be pretty when we're leaving New York City. So baby, what else can we do? Bomber planes in the sky, way up high. Grab your hubby and wife. At least we'll have some lentils and rice. Oh, grab your dog and kitty, 'cause we're leaving New York City. Oh baby, what else can we do? So John, you pulled the bait and switch. I thought we were going to do no. You know what? We've been plugging very good, by the way. Very good. Thanks, hon. I know it was difficult. That's all right. It's the end of the day. And we haven't done that. We really haven't played that on piano in forever. Doomsday Supplies was written about 3 months before John reconnected with me, and it was totally John's song. And it was written about having to escape New York City if there would be another terrorist attack. So the story with that is at the time that I wrote it, I was reading tarot cards for real, like really getting into it after studying for about a year, keeping a notebook, doing free readings for 100 people so that they would start, the cards would start gelling in my subconscious, what the meanings of them were. I really worked. I worked it. And that song came to me like a dream, another one. And me and Chris did a recording of it one night here by the piano and Chris on the upright bass. And we had this same candle going. And the candle was on film. And in the course of the song, the candle lifted up off the piano. And neither me or Chris saw this while we were playing. We were really just into playing the song. But when I watched it back on film, the candle went like this. High. I mean high up in the air. It was on the side of the piano, and it hovered in the air and then went back down. And I was like, what the fuck is that? What exactly am I looking at? I had no idea John was my twin flame or that he was going to be coming and making his appearance here and staying forever. And were you scared? No, I was amazed. And I just thought there's a spirit in this house that's really trying to speak to me. And it's coming through, and it's the music. And all kinds of spirits came into my mind. My dead friend Dave, oh, look, there's lightning just now. Did you see that? I hope it shows up on film. Oh, Dave, yeah. How is he doing? We'll talk a little bit more about this, and then we'll talk about Dave. Okay. Interesting. I haven't thought about him in a while. It's what you think. That's another story. So, and then shortly after that, here was John. And he was like, yeah, who does that sound like, Lena? That whole, the whole song itself. I had never written a doo-wop. It's got a doo-wop. You know, the whole ending. We'll post a link for the recorded version. I had never written a song like that, and that's John's song. That's the kind of song that John grew up listening to and loving. That shabop shabop, you know. And it was a nice departure from the kind of maudlin feeling of World Gone Blue that I always talk about when 9/11 comes around. World Gone Blue is a real sad song because it's really about loss and sadness about what happened that day and how many people lost so many people. Their husbands and wives just never coming home. Mothers and fathers never coming home. You know, and I thought of all the animals too, sitting there in their apartments. Mom and daddy's not coming home. I remember the rescue efforts for all those animals that were trapped in apartments and, you know. The ruin? Yeah. You know, but this was a horror that hit New York City, but like this kind of thing happens all over the world, like constantly. And we're really The lucky ones. We are the lucky ones. Some of the people that went down in those towers, they were, that's luckier than a lot of people laying in minefields without arms and legs. Kids, old people. Next card is strength. Not a card, ruin. Here, I'll since you can't see them, I'll just. There's the ruin. Everybody hear that? That's what strength sounds like. Falling rocks falling on your head. I don't know, John. Yeah, it's rough down here. This is a rough platform. Planet Earth. Spaceship Earth, as we call. Spaceship Earth. Well, Lena, we thought about that vivarium concept again today, and it should be really reiterated that there's nothing left. Earth is gone. The Earth is gone. And that wasn't just a crazy mushroom trip when I was talking to you about that over a year ago. The Earth is gone. This is a vivarium now. There's very little of the original Earth left. Think of like a turtle terrarium or something, and you scoop out a piece and you put it in a smaller one. That's what is left. And nobody realizes it. Nobody. When I say nobody, nobody. And that's the information that we were sent to pass along in the hopes that maybe, they could save this little patch of mess. It's not working out that way, though. Do you think there'll be another terrorist? There's going to be terrorists. There is terrorist. The terrorist is inside now. The terrorist is inside everybody's mind. The terrorist is the internet. The internet is the terrorist. Another rock? Yeah, sure. This is fun. Well, on an up note, getting back to the song Doomsday Supplies, was some of the happiest days of my life when you started composing with me again. And then especially when you realized that it was me you were composing with, I was so excited and happy. Well, you got the skull here, and it stands for the unknown. Oh, you can see that. Yeah, look, it's nice. Hi, Scully. Little baby Scully. I'm going to drop him on his head. Whoops. Oh, jeez. Hello, Scully. We have 2 new Scully projects we're going to be working on for Thanksgiving. No. Yeah, we could do the one for Halloween and one for that's a good idea. Yeah, so you're not too pressured. Take a sweet time with little Scully. Yeah. So you wanted to talk about from yesterday. Yeah. The unknown. Okay, so I want to finish something that I started saying yesterday. When Lena asked me when was a big turning point, we were talking to Hiram. Hi, Hiram. Hey. So that was fun as hell. It was really fun having you here yesterday. I love the end of that video. You bastard. You bastard. Chris goes, nice sign off. Right. Perfect. You bastard. But go ahead, John. Yeah. And we said what was a huge spiritual turning point for us in our lives. For some people, it's getting real sick, having cancer, or realizing that, they're seeing the mortality in a new and very, die away. Mine was the same, but it had to do with Lena, because I really did want to marry her, and I knew that there was never how am I ever going to find an attachment with any other woman? Like I didn't respect girls at all because I didn't really respect my mother. She had done nothing to earn my respect. Mimi, I had I think a natural fear of angering her. She gave my dog she gave my dog away, for God's sake, when she was a little bit mad at me. I mean, she could really hurt me when she wanted to, and I was always aware of that. So Lena was the only loving female companion that I had any experience with, and I didn't like the girls in school, and I had a couple of female friends, but none of them, nobody really turned me on. But here Lena was not really real. Spirit woman, growing older with me, and me becoming more and more attached and attracted to this entity that nobody could see or relate to besides me. Later on, the boys, but that became a problem. There's another story there, but the boys meaning the Beatles, right? So I would say that was my first real brush with faith. We were talking about the mystery of faith. And that was when I became very aware of I had to hand myself over to the mystery of faith. Well, this is what it is. And you were like, I would say I was about 11 years old when it really hit that this was my lot. And this was going to be my lot. I was like, what do I want? Do I want her not to be or to be in my life? And there was no question. My life would not really matter without you. And I knew you were real, and I knew I was not crazy. I was very much aware that I was saner than everyone around me. And people can look at that as delusional, or they can just, I don't care how they look at it. And I thought, well, if this is what God wants, then this is my lot. And I'm going to have to work my way through this. And I'm just going to have to pray. Because I can't think of anything else to do. But I don't want her to go away. That's the only thing I know. So I better stop complaining, and I better stop feeling sorry for myself, because I don't have a girlfriend like everyone else. Everyone else looked kind of miserable anyway. Except Ringo and Mo. Yeah, they were very happy at first. Oh, you want to talk about that? Yeah, what can Johnny? That's all I really wanted to say. That was my first thing with faith. Like, all right, I'm gonna have to let faith kick in now, because all I have is Lena and faith, and I hold on to those things, Faith in God, yeah, for God and the Mother. I'll have to do that. Pray. But yeah, George, Short Shrift George, was screwing Ringo's wife. George, why were you doing that? Don't say because she was there. No, I was just kidding. I was just being. She's laughing. She don't get mad at me, right? Maureen Starkey and George are talking on their illicit affair behind Ringo's back. Well, it was a really, really hard time, and it was really lousy, And it was not something anybody was happy about. And nobody was in their right mind, and everybody was insane. Right. Everyone was doing drugs, drinking. Nothing was really stable at that particular point. And so you were cheating on Patty with Mo. Yeah. It was absolutely insane. That's all I can really say about it. I didn't want to hurt anybody, and neither did Mo, and neither did and Richie was terribly hurt, and you guys survived that. Yeah, we did. We did. The brotherhood was stronger, was strong enough to survive it. But you and Mo's marriage did not survive it. No. But that wasn't the only reason our marriage failed. There were other factors involved, and Mo was well. What else do you want to know? No, nothing. Yeah, rehashing that kind of thing. It's there. It happened, but want to draw a rock on it? Yes, George. I would love to draw a rock on George Harrison and Mo Starkey, and what that was all about. What about Mrs. Odell? Well, let's see. Well, here's it's infinity. It stands for infinity. These kinds of things have been happening since the beginning of time. And you know what? What it amounts to is we can marry individuals who are our soulmates, but that doesn't stop us from looking for the one, the real one. If you're not already with your twin flame, something in you will drive you to keep looking. Right. Right. And your twin flame was Judy Garland. Yeah. Interesting, right? Yeah, George's twin flame was Judy Garland, who later became Nellie McKay. But it's funny, you guys were in that lifetime together. Mm-hmm. And you didn't realize, I didn't know anything about twin flames or anything because we weren't that far along in the ascension. You know? Right. John didn't really know what you were either. He didn't call you his twin flame. He called you my Lena. That was like your name, my Lena. My Lena. Oh yeah, it was very, very specific. Mine. Like Daffy Duck. Mine. Well, I call him my John also, yeah. I'm having another one of these great sodas that we had yesterday, and I tell you, these things are great. I'm fucking digging this shit. Like, I don't know what to say. Another, yeah. It's fun doing the ruins. Gonna wrap up soon. Praise be God and Mother, and our prayers go out to everyone who find this day particularly emotional and harrowing to recall. The last rune is Hagalaz, which stands for chaos and destruction. And the message with that is always chaos breeds more chaos. So don't create chaos. Is this world too far gone, John? Yes, it is. I'm not saying it to deter people from doing as well as they can. I'm saying it's a sad state of affairs down here. But carry on. That's all you can do. One morning I woke up and I knew you were really gone. A new day, a new way. I knew I could see the dawn. Oh, the world, I know I will carry on.